It's not McDonald's. It's just a McDonald's ripoff. And they give you like shitty straws, shitty like bendy straws that they got at the Party City. I mean the city of parties. Why do you let me talk? Why are you pushing this block of not see-through ice?
I think it's supposed to be stone.
Yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? Make sure you don't squish yourself between...
Okay, look at this. What about this is preventing me from pushing it up there?
It's a little ledge.
I mean, that is...
Get a crowbar.
You hear
Fox McCloud uses crowbar. You're always crowbarring before you think. So I'm not going to give you a crowbar. You need to find a stick and fashion it into a crowbar.
See, that's the problem, is that it's just like... It would be one thing if, like, they say... What they should have done instead is have him lose his blaster right away.
They should have Metroided it.
Yes, they should have done that. They should have been like...
Oh, you got killed by one of the main you got attacked by one of the main antagonists and lost all your powers.
Apparently I can't climb this.
Yeah, what are you, stupid? Fox doesn't... He skipped leg day and arm day.
Like, I can't push it up onto these little ledges.
He skipped the gym. He went to McDonald's.
Am I supposed to push it in there?
I mean... Donald's of Mac.
What are you doing? Trying to make up fake names?
Yes, I think that's the funniest thing to do. That's why I like Lion and the King so much. Because it's such like a shitty, clearly, it's trying to capitalize on people's, you know, like, that must be McDonald's. That must be Lion King I'm buying, and not a really weird and not game for the PlayStation. Lion and the King. It's like, can you justifiably play Lion and the King on a Let's Play channel?
I don't think so.
Because that's
unless if you're just flat out riff tracksing it.
I mean, yeah, I know, but with like riff tracks, what they do is they release the audio separate, right?
Yes.
Because of copyright issues, so you're supposed to play it over the movie. Mm-hmm. Which most people probably just get on BitTorrent anyway, but who cares?
I remember this room.
What a hint. What a hint. I suppose he always says that when there's something to do. Alright, Michael, you only have 2 more briefcases to choose. Doesn't some of this music sound like something that'd be in like a crappy game show?
Yeah, it was just all...
You got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What are they talking about? It was probably something really important.
Oh my god. Wait, what?
Is this one of those do it in the right order?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I see. You're supposed to get the little guys to bend over and put out the fires.
I feel like I'm watching like Tremors 6 right now. That was another one of those jokes, wasn't it?
It was like literally
the line of thinking there is that these guys look like worms. That was literally the line of thinking.
Alright, I did.
What a puzzle. But like right after I said, I'm like, I really just made like another Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 4 joke just now.
I remember that little puzzle taking me forever to figure out the first time I played.
You really are a dunce, aren't you? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Michael. That's the weird thing about games with puzzles in them and playing them on like Let's Plays or streams or whatever. Is it's one of the most annoying genres to watch, and you get so much backseat gaming.
Yeah.
When there's puzzles in video games, because you know how with some puzzles sometimes they just click for you.
Yeah.
And other times they take really long.
Silent Hill is really bad about that.
It seems to. Well, yeah, but it seems to differ on a personal basis.
Yeah, there's
Like, for what
some people
might
are really
click
good at this
for
shit.
one person might take way too long and be frustrating for another person. So imagine like designing a puzzle. Like, how do you make a hard puzzle? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I personally don't like puzzles. I prefer like just mechanical challenges. I don't know what you'd call. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking of bad puzzles. Listen to that stupid sound effect.
Yeah, there's so many stock sound effects in here. Eric's gonna have a field day
I do.
pointing them all out in post.
I do like stock sound effects. I like stock things. What's weird is going
There's a
through.
bomb dad up there.
Oh, good. He's
Did
your
that just appear?
he's your guardian angel. He's watching over your progress. Or maybe this is actually just like a really meta test. And the whole time you've been being watched by like a billion scientists who look like Bafomdads living in the ceiling. One of them looks like Belinda Bafomdad.
This game.
Tremors 8. Didn't they make tons of Tremors
Yes,
movies?
there was a Tremors TV show for some reason. What a brilliant
Tremors.
concept.
Wasn't there like a big set of problems with because that one Channel Awesome reviewer lady,
Yeah, Obscure Sloopa.
yeah, who would review like Tremors 5 and stuff, and then she got like mad at Spoonie, right, for saying something, and then everybody started to hate her because for
I think
PR
Spoonie
reasons.
made it like a rape joke or something. And then she called them out on it, and that was where the controversy began.
And he ended up leaving, and then everybody started hating her because she made like
Is that this whole dungeon?
I don't fucking know.
I guess so.
Is it a dungeon or is it like a mini dungeon?
It's I mean,
Sort of
as we've seen
a
so far,
saga of a small orientation.
Dark Ice Mines is clearly the biggest dungeon we've been to so far, and that was the first one.
Yeah.
I would count these little areas as dungeons.
Oh.
I would count the little Krazoa places as mini dungeons.
We're close, Michael. Do you feel that? Are you ready for the test of a lifetime? That's the next big chunk we're heading up towards. So is this that same place we were before?
So why was it in Scales' interest to fucking tear the planet apart? Like, wouldn't it be easier to rule over a planet that's like in one piece?
Well, isn't the idea that they can be united against? So if we sort of separated them all, maybe it's easier to go
That
after
might have
each
been
one.
it.
I'm sure there's some sort of
I'm sure there's some sort of
justification.
half-assed explanation for everything. What? Okay.
Okay.
Go this way, go that way.
I think it might help.
I guess I'm going back to Thorntail Hollow, which means I've got to backtrack through the dungeon and walk all the way back through Cape Claw back to the hollow.
Thorntail Hollow.
It's just like
hollowed points.
people like to complain about Hyrule Field and Ocarina of Time and stuff, or the like the
What
Great
if to
Sea.
backtrack you had to like go through the dungeons?
Yeah, like exactly. That is exactly what I was going to say. Like,
There's no hub to this. It's lots of
it's just like all interconnected, which works in something like Metroid because you can find shortcuts, and because generally they're like.
general skills.
That's one reason why I like Metroid Prime 2 in particular, is because the way that the world is set up, you don't really have to do backtracking. Really isn't much of an issue because all the areas are like modular and interconnected that way. Like you can get from Aegon Waste to Sanctuary Fortress and Torva's Bog. You don't have to walk through Torva's Bog to get to the Sanctuary Fortress from Aegon Waste. And I liked that.
Well, would you say your favorite Metroid game is Super Metroid?
Yeah.
Because it's not really that way. It's a lot more like Metroid Prime 1.
The thing is that I don't know what... I think it's just the difference between 2D and 3D.
No.
Or it might just be because like the areas in Super Metroid were smaller in general. But it only takes me like a minute to get from, say, Lower Norfair back up to Crateria. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like it takes a good 5 minutes to get from Phendrana Drifts to Town Overworld. And that was something that I really discovered when I was out Let's Playing it on my channel almost 2 years ago.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day it was... I know, I think that might... I think that might be why I prefer Metroid Prime 2. Because the backtracking wasn't as annoying to me.
What I really like about Metroid Prime 1 is the wave beam. All the beams, actually, in that game, I like them. I don't know. I like how that game handled the weaponry. Because it was kind of boring in Metroid Prime 3 when it was just like direct upgrades. The second one, I just didn't like.
You also had Hyper Mode to play around with.
Yeah, I suppose.
And there were new stuff for your Morph Ball, too.
It's a trap. This is like that scene from Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, where the CG monkeys are swinging through the trees with Shia LaBeouf. I love you, Dad.
Look out! It's a trap.
Yep. Did you hear that? It's a trap. I said it. 10 miles away, I caught that.
It's a trap. Welcome to one of the most annoying parts of the game.
Akbar is actually just General Pepper in disguise.
Did you know that Admiral Akbar's first name is Aalu?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't actually.
It isn't.
It isn't. Oh. I just got that joke. Good boy. Oh, that was good. I'm impressed, Michael. Is that original or is that?
Yes, that is original.
That's good. That should be on the 4chans by tomorrow. Why'd you? Oh yeah, you took that guy's thing.
At the right time, and I'll help you get out of here.
What is this?
I'm stunned. I don't know what I'm looking at. It feels like I'm playing the Sega CD.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
If only whatever was happening before us was an FMV.
Because this is basically just a glorified QTE.
This is like an arcade shooter except with no gameplay. I like how these guys patiently wait their turn.
And by the way, these
turn, Joe.
these guys are mad at me because I took that little orb from that guy who literally gave it to me.
Literally threw it at you.
Yeah, he's just like, you take this. I run away from stinking Sharpclaw.
See, that's one of those things that I think was supposed to be funny. And it wasn't.
I think you die instantly if you...
Probably.
Like, why couldn't it just go to the left and go to the next guy?
Yeah, it only... You just got stabbed. You took 1/20th of your health.
Okay.
You get a redo on that one. Don't spear me!
This is really annoying.
This looks really fun.
Can I get the little bar back?
Do you remember this part?
Yes. Oh, I remember there being something with these little guys here. I remembered more of what happens next after this. It gets worse.
Now, question, is that the same pterodactyl?
I think it is.
You think that's the pterodactyl?
It had the same shitty voice, so...
I'm a pterodactyl! Come on, Michael, step it up. Get good, scrub. You're being a filthy casual.
It's just like they make it so small.
Fun fact, breathing fire is actually just like a little timing minigame. That was so stupid.
It was literally a waste of time.
Thanks for helping our queen, Fox.
Yep.
Glad I could return.
It's gotta be him. Listen to that voice.
No, his voice is... The voice of the pterodactyl you're thinking of is a little different. It sounds more like this!
So it's a different kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Which game did you think we were playing?
This game. Wait,
Okay, so now
what
we're
other
stuck here.
What other low quality Let's Play jokes can we make? This game's dumber than a sack of diarrhea.
By the way, Tricky was just hanging around.
Shouldn't we take a look around?
This game sounds funnier than bacon.
Why would you think that that's the case, Tricky?
But the thing is, you know he's right.
Well, obviously he is, otherwise the game wouldn't bother to tell me.
Watch out for that whirlpool effect.
So now we gotta do 2 little challenges in order to get to the Grizoa spirit that's hidden in this little mound over here.
Ooh.
And
Challenges.
they both
The only challenge is playing this shitty game.
and they both suck shit balls. But all the NPCs are probably asleep right now because it's nighttime.
No, that's true. It's past their bedtime, dog. They need to get that melatonin.
This game smells like Updock.
It's melatonin.
Can't believe you didn't get my Akbar joke right away.
Yeah, that took me a pretty long time.
Especially since you say that on the show all the time.
I say it when it's relevant, when you're using water breath to push explosives into red. But you're sacrificing your
Why
health
did they
to do
design this little area like this? I shouldn't have to go hunting around for a place where I can go up. It should be more intuitive. This is supposed to be like a town.
The Hawaiian Aloha Snack Bar. Watch out for that thing, Michael. That Oddworld enemy.
We used to eat the meaches, but soon the meaches were no more.
You just got rid of that, like, cardboard nonsense. Its burning animation was like crumbling. Like like if you stepped on like an aluminum can.
Yeah, it does look like that. What is this?
Apparently it's dun worthy, so. You got a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You got a Dumbledang egg. It's good, I was worried you were running out of health. We might have just died if you hadn't gotten that Dumbledang egg just now.
Yeah, and then I might have had to
Oh, I'm
use
sorry,
the bomb dog.
Dumbledang pod.
Then I might have had to
Look at that weird out of place totem pole.
Don't worry, that plays a role in something.
You can tell it's so like differently colored that it's like one of those you know in like especially older cartoons when you had stuff on different layers, so you're like, that's clearly gonna move in this scene. It's clearly not part of the background. It's like that. That's what it's like.
I like how these lily pads
So I guess
get in your way.
Those little foots are supposed to be light runners or whatever the fuck they're called.
Lightfoots.
Are supposed to be like tribal.
Again, I must really ask why it is that they felt the need to map the menu to the C stick.
Why do crates have health?
I don't know.
You got another piece of shit.
Eric, the piece of shit is in our Wii right now.
That piece of shit. That piece of shit. There's
People
probably a
think
cult,
this is good.
There's probably like a cult based around worshipping poo. He thought it was funny. Oh no, he was just blooping all over the place. Swooping, pooping, and blooping.
Like gooper blooping.
Gooper, big gooper,
It's like,
blooper.
what the hell is a bloop?
It's a bloop, dog. Doge. We only accepted Dogecoin. We accept donations, but only in Dogecoin. Did you know that that's like a real currency?
Doge coins?
Yeah. I thought it was just like a joke based off of Bitcoin, but I think it's an actual like currency. Untraceable internet currency, the best kind.
No, you don't have to launder your money anymore.
Exactly. Last time I tried to launder money, it got really like floppy. So
Well,
I figured
what happens is-
I just figured I had my washing machine on the wrong setting.
What happens is that it gets all starchy.
Yeah, so at first it's all floppy and then later it just gets like really hard.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I shouldn't be laughing, but
That was
like perfect.
You got a third piece of poop.
I like how the carvings are like literally textured on.
Well, they each one had like the exact same texture on a different model, which is why there's that same crack down the middle of each of them. That's what she said. That one's a little bit more of a stretch. That's what she said.
Uh-huh.
I'm hungry.
Shut up.
Tricky's just like a whiny fox. Like that's what his voice was.
That's where this is where these things go. Okay.
No, but you have to be super smart and know shapes to find the right one. It's like that one
So
scene
Timmy
in that
Turner's
one
dad's
Resident
couldn't-
Evil, that one Resident Evil movie where they tried to teach the zombie to put in the shapes and it got mad and then killed the person. I think that's a Resident Evil movie. It's one of those zombie movies.
Yeah.
They're like,
All
we
those
can
things.
teach them, but then he starts getting angry and then he starts eating people. End of story.
Me and O can figure out where shape go.
Only part of that movie I've seen, whichever Resident Evil that was. Do people like the Resident Evil movies, or are they
No.
awful?
I'm pretty sure they hate them.
Okay.
So I put them all in. And now
I
what?
bet people who've never played the games and also like zombie movies like them.
Yeah, like our dad.
Exactly. So I guess there probably is an audience for it. It's just not the same audience that plays Resident Evil games. Which of the Resident Evils was the one that was supposedly racist?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I think it's the fifth one.
I'm just kind of mystified as to why people like those so much. You know, because like
I mean,
I'm willing
specifically Resident Evil or survival horror in general.
Well, that's part of it, but it's just like, you know, people will like. Oh, let's finish this cutscene first.
Not you again. We
Sounds
know
like a
you're
Conker
gonna
character.
take our treasure, so just go away. So, you're looking for
All this scenes needs is Fox drinking at a bar, and then like a bunch of these guys coming up behind him saying, "We don't like your kind," and him beating him up without breaking a sweat, and we have a perfect mediocre movie on our hands.
Mavericks is a mighty chamber.
What the fuck is going on?
Some say it was built by the Cresor. Do you want to see for yourself, maybe?
Duh! Stupid question. Of course we want to see that.
Not so fast. Only if you complete the Lightfoot test can you enter.
Nope.
They're laughing at you, Fox. You gotta do it now.
That's like a triple dog dare.
Decide.
It's like Carl calling Marty McFly chicken. Oh boy.
Which
So
one, Michael?
we got two of them. One of them we have to go all over hell to activate these totem pole things within a time limit.
You know what that scene needed? Is him saying, no one's ever beaten these tests, and then having them be like pretty easy mini games. That's such a video game thing.
Let's do this one first because it's probably the shittier
Only the
one.
chosen one can complete this basic logic puzzle.
I have heard of people who have never beaten this game because of this part.
Really?
Yep.
Look at this guy!
He's like a dinosaur with abs.
He hails from the east.